Hi and welcome. This is Big Ideas Small Business with Doreen Milano, and today we have the privilege of talking about websites and what we need to know.
You're tuned into Big Ideas Small Business with Doreen Milano. Doreen brings energy, focus, and creativity with the most cutting-edge tools and systems needed to grow business, drive profits, and achieve dreams. Ready to rise? Here's your host, Doreen Milano.
I want you to welcome Ashley Kinney from Your Web Guys, the company that builds your best online presence. Welcome, Ashley. Hi, Ashley. It's great to see you today.
It's nice and rainy today.
Yeah, it is rainy today. Well, I just want to really welcome you. I am so excited to have this conversation because every single business out there is looking at their web presence, their digital marketing, and how they can make it better, right?
Absolutely.
So when I met you, one of the things that really popped was how you and your company are doing websites differently. So tell us a little bit about that. What does that look like?
So we started way back in '98, opened our storefront in 2004, but what we found was whenever we started developing websites, then people needed not just websites, but they needed a whole gamut of things. They needed hosting, maintenance, they needed photography for their image, they needed consulting and direction where to go from, and they didn't know where to go, so we actually had those additional services. What we like to do is simplify things. So what we wind up doing is creating everything together instead of nickeling and diming things at a simplified price as well. One price point, that's it.
Oh, so we know what we're getting into to start with, and we're not going to have all these additional charges as we make changes because all the planning is done up front. Is that what you're telling me?
Absolutely. There are no surprise fees, and we are local, so you can stop at any time, call us, or reach us online.
That's great. Now, one of the things that I found very exciting is that you launch your websites.
We actually came up with a concept of press releases for our clients that are web design that we've done in the past 30 days. We do a party so that we can make them visible, because if you don't have a celebration and press release for a website, where does it go? No one knows about you unless you happen to give that visibility to yourself. So we have a party in their honor, and it's open to the public monthly. We're actually starting to do that the second Wednesday of every month now.
That's very exciting. Now, when you go through and you do this, the owners of the business show up, of course, and they invite a bunch of people that they know, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you've invited another group of people that they don't necessarily know.
Exactly.
So that it's truly a party.
It is a party, yes.
And when you go to attend one of these parties, it is just that. There's alcohol, there's food, there's, schmoozing, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens is that all of a sudden that business has the ability to connect with a greater group of individuals within the geographic area. Is that correct?
Yes, we pull all the resources of people that we do or don't know and connect them with synergy partners and businesses so that they can get to know each other, and they're always surprised. We have to kind of kick them out of the door because literally they don't realize who they need to connect with until they're at the party.
Well, that's really exciting.
It is.
So you and your husband are doing this, and you've got 3 kids, right?
Yes.
And when I met your husband, he is an on point, this is the way it's going to be, this is how we do things kind of individual. and you take on the other side of that business. You are the mom in that business. You do the relationships, you do the touchy-feely, right? You make everybody feel good. How does that work as a dynamic for the both of you in small business?
I think it's like the yin and the yang. You can't have one without the other. Everyone that we work with knows and gets to know us so well because I work on that nurturing of relationships and growing and help you grow your businesses, not just your business, but if there's personal, of course it's personal, then that's the concept that I work on, and just making sure that you are your best. Richard works behind the scenes and really works on that I'm together process, let's get it done. But in the meantime, I'm holding your hand, I'm helping you grow, I'm helping you find the right partners too.
So when Richard pulls together these websites, how long does it usually take him? Is it a 60-day, 30-day?
4 to 6 weeks.
4 to 6 weeks.
We're in constant
That is
contact.
fast.
It is.
That is really fast. And when they're launched, do they need tweaks? Is there other things that have to happen? And how does the follow-up work?
That's the fantastic part. So a lot of consulting firms, whatever the industry, art industry, graphics industry, charge by the hour or per project. We say the project, as I said, is that one-time fee that we start with, that one-time investment. And whenever you have your hosting, your maintenance, and your domain, we're there hand-holding. Whenever you have your photography, that's an ongoing process. We don't say, here's your website, drop you. You own it from day one, and we're there for that entire relationship. So from every single step, if you need maintenance from us, we're there. If you want to be more hands-on and do it yourself so far as some updates, then we can do that, or we can do it hybrid, both parts as well. We're always there as a support team, or we can initiate on consulting as well.
That's beautiful. Not everybody gets that level of service, do they?
No, they don't.
And what is the response from your clients?
Well, we have 150 clients. Before the end of the year, we'll have 350. We've been around since 2004, and we still have most of our clients. Very rarely do we have a situation where that relationship, they move on. If they do, then they job search and research market, and they usually come right back because they find that the grass is definitely not greener on the other side.
So what I'm hearing is they absolutely love you.
They do.
That is awesome. Now there's another piece to your business, which is how I originally met you. Mm-hmm. And that is called Business Accelerator. And you are a nonprofit, or soon to be nonprofit, for the Business Accelerator piece. Yes. So tell our audience more about why the Business Accelerator exists. What does it do?
Well, number one, it was really hard to fit everyone in for a one-on-one that I know and connect each person. So
that I understand.
I figured all the best people that I already know, I should go ahead, have speaking engagements, and introduce them, but not just one person, because I feel that the market, people are very, very strategic in sticking in one spot. So the locations I like to rotate on so that everyone gets that great value. But it's business topics that we have the best speakers that I know and had really hit home for me, and making sure they're foundational skills that people are really getting. And then we have experts that are speaking like yourself so that we can talk about those skills once you've developed a business and how it can grow. And before you hit that corporation level, that small to medium-sized business was really not tapped into so far as getting the help that they needed. Once you start up, where do you go? And we're providing that information, and as a nonprofit, as an educational resource for the skills and tools that you need.
So, if I understand this correctly, your client is the startup or the small family business that doesn't have the resources to invest in all the things that most businesses invest in. And they are forced to kind of do the hand-to-mouth thing and try and figure it out for themselves. Is that correct?
Correct, and it's really sad whenever we see America is actually built on that, where we have those small businesses. People used to just open their doors or just a sign and say, hey, I'm ready. If you do that, then you are bound and determined for your business to close, because there are so many people in the world. If you don't have an online presence and you're a small mom and pop chain, God forbid you happen to open up a pizza business and you don't have an online service, especially with the COVID right now. We were so lucky with your web guys, with our company, that we had a storefront and we had online. We have that hybrid version. Really think that that is the best way to go, just because you can have that market people can stop into and online services. But those small business owners just starting out, they don't know what to do. And we wanted to walk them through.
Does that mean that through your nonprofit, you're actually teaching small businesses how to create hybrid businesses?
Yes, we are.
Which is very, very exciting.
It is. It's a different way.
Yay! So the next thing that we're going to talk about here is your event that's coming up. And you have events every month. So we're going to talk about what those events are about. We'll be right back.
My American dream is to help you stay healthy and energized so you can live your American dream.
Our American dream is equipping future generations of American dreamers.
My American dream is to protect my community so they can live their American dream.
My American dream is to bring you some spice and flavor to your life.
Our American dream is ensuring what's most valuable to you.
Our American dream is creating opportunities for healthcare providers so they can have their American dreams.
My American dream is serving our business community and advocating for all of your American dreams.
Business runs on technology, and human beings are creatures of habit. Unfortunately, not all our habits are good. Technology, when it works, is supposed to make our lives easier, creating routines that allow us to protect customer data, track our progress, forecast the future, communicate better, and move much faster. So, you need technology solutions that work when you're not working, or simply not paying attention. Smart technology solutions, making the complicated uncomplicated.
We are being censored. America's news outlets no longer provide the truth. 90% of news outlets in the United States are controlled by 6 corporations. They're not out to tell you the truth of what's happening. They're out to tell you the picture of the world that they represent. The mission of the Epoch Times is to chase the truth, to ground all statements in facts, and prevent people from being misled. The Epoch Times is independent. We're not controlled by any special interests, and we never will be. The Epoch Times is a non-partisan media. That means we don't stand for any political party. This is a battle between truth and deceit, a battle between forces that would ensnare this country in ignorance, and between a media that wants to present you with the truth. Subscribe today and join the Americans who are seeking truth and tradition. We'd love to have you on board.
Welcome back. We are talking with Ashley Kinney with Your Web Guys and Business Accelerator. So we are now talking about her nonprofit Business Accelerator. And so you do events every month or every quarter?
We do events every month, and it's on a rotating basis.
And what happens at these events? Can anybody go? Let's start there.
Absolutely. It's open to the public. We really want to focus on small business owners. Anyone that's not a small business owner, maybe an individual that is working on becoming a business owner, then it's imperative that people know what to do in the market. We do speakers.
What's the website?
The website, it is DFW Business Accelerator.
And you can buy tickets to any one of these events. You can be a presenter at any one of these events. You can have a table at any one of these events. Is that correct?
It is. In addition, we do have the pros. So we have speakers for presenting your expert market and making sure that other business owners know. The second part is that we have experts that are professionals in their field, such as how to be on TV. We also have the vendors, so those small business owners we were talking about, and getting that visibility that no one gives them a chance. A lot of people in networking are very, very big on, oh, this guy or that guy, that's a really well-known person. But what about the person that they don't know and they don't extend a hand to? This is their chance to get a table and show the visibility of their company and what they have to offer. And otherwise, they might not have a chance as a small company. It's a kind of a cool thing. We also have workshops, caterings included. Lots
now,
of
what kind of
opportunities.
workshops are those?
There's how to be on TV.
Okay.
We also have headshots. We have an intro to podcasting. We have consulting from a revenue strategist.
Right.
We also have we have one coming up with a bookkeeper that will be doing your looking at your books, doing a consultation. Let's see, a videography. We've got a graphic designer that can do something in-house and on the fly if you're needing a quick print-up created. We have a lot of opportunities.
So it's almost like a one-stop shop to get your business updated and ready for what's coming next.
Exactly.
Is that right?
Yes.
When we do the business, go to the Business Accelerator, what do we see? How does it run?
That is extremely hard to explain because it's such a well-oiled machine in concept and really putting it together. It looks like an expo. The itinerary is always 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturdays. As I said, it's throughout the Metroplex.
So it looks like a business expo when you walk in.
It looks like it, yes.
Then what happens?
It's a little more intimate than your normal expo where it's such a large, overwhelming thing. It's spaced out for your intro, networking. We have a mindfulness speaker to start us out because everyone needs to be mindful whenever they're starting your business. Keynote speaker. We have a leadership coach that actually talks for a moment. Then the pro services come in as we start lunch, and they have from 12 o'clock to 1:30, and making sure that those pro services that everyone needs, then if they would like to sign up for a time for that, then they can go ahead and sign up for that. Otherwise, admission is for everyone's standard for the speaker, for the lunch, and for the networking events and to meet the vendors. But there's time for anything and everything there. Even though we have an itinerary, we keep it open and open to the public if you'd like to come and view what it looks like and not do a ticket because you just want to see what it looks like. Then just go to the website for DFW Business Accelerator.
That is very interesting. What kind of businesses participate? I mean, let me do that differently. This is a nonprofit, so what kind of businesses are you working with at the nonprofit level?
Typically, we like to see organic and non-organic businesses. We don't specify what type of business. We just want businesses to succeed so that their doors are not closing.
Great. So we're going to take another moment and we will be right back.
Business runs
My American dream is to help you stay healthy and energized so you can live your American dream.
Our American dream is equipping future generations of American dreamers.
My American dream is to protect my community so they can live their American dream.
My American dream is to bring you some spice and flavor to your life.
Our American dream is ensuring what's most valuable to you.
Our American dream is creating opportunities for healthcare providers so they can have their American dream.
My American dream is serving our business community and advocating for all of your American dreams.
Welcome back. And we are talking to Ashley Kinney with Your Web Guys and Business Accelerator. And so now we're talking about who are the companies that the Business Accelerator can help. So who are those companies that you help?
One of the reasons that we started Business Accelerator was because companies that are smaller and startups, say working out of their home or a law office, doesn't really happen to get to know people very well. Those individualized services that are not small companies necessarily, but they don't have an image out there and the resources. I run into that all the time where law offices don't have a good image, they don't have a great website. They work their cases and they work really hard, just like anyone else, for their day-to-day job that they have created. And they want to show who they are, but they don't have the resources to show what they do to the public. So it's a really good community builder. Anyone that is really trying to build those relationships and grow their business to the next level from that startup, that is what the resources are for and the skills. And I found only the best to do it.
That is incredible. How do companies connect with you when it comes to the services that you provide as the relationship builder for Business Accelerator?
So for the resources, if you happen to be a speaker, a vendor, or a pro, then I have a really good relationship in networking and building and having my one-on-ones first before I'll even allow anyone to go in Business Accelerator. If that's something that they would like to take a look at, then they can go on dfwbusinessaccelerator.com and they can see what everything looks like. It'll probably be broken down a little bit better, but everyone's very well vetted. I vet them myself, excuse me. Only one person here says Your Web Guys, but I am one girl. So I do vet them myself. I make sure that I've got an in-depth relationship. It's not someone that I'm going to meet overnight and have as your expert.
Say you're in, or whatever.
Absolutely. If you are ever needing help as a business or a person going from corporate into a business, this is definitely a good option so that you can do some more research with vetted resources and trusted vendors and pros and speakers, the best of the best out there with the information, hands-on tools that you can take out with you. Expos usually get a huge bag of junk, right?
Right.
Whenever you go to an expo, you're like, oh my God, I have to go through these huge bags of cards and all of the tchotchke. But whenever you go to Business Accelerator, we have the pros where you can typically pay $49 per service per person for whichever workshop you'd like to do. And that is geared toward really having those resources available and affordable instead of being nickeled and dimed out the door. And those are the vetted pros and experts in their fields. The speakers are the ones that talk about the business topics and really help hone in on those skills. And then if you're a vendor, then if you have a small business and are rebranding or just starting out, and you're like, hey, I really need to push a little bit more and go past the startup level. I actually need to acquire clients and the skills. Then that's what the vendor's for, and getting your table, getting your materials for marketing out there and really expanding.
So one of the things that I've noticed since I've been participating with DFW Business Accelerator, is that people can come in and ask me questions. Usually my consultation fees are a lot more expensive than $49, but I'm more than willing to share the wealth. And so are the other pros that are there.
Absolutely.
So we can just have that discussion, answer the question, make sure that that business has the right foundation, they're building the right way, so that they don't end up falling flat on their face and need reconstructive surgery, so to speak.
Right? That's a funny topic too, because as one of the pro services for headshots, we were trying to think of a really good way to put that as headshots, and we were actually going to put it down as headshot ER because I've seen so many disasters as headshots.
So have I, yeah.
And obviously we all have as pros the expert field, and $49 does not cover what we as experts do.
No,
that is not. That's a bigger purpose. It's not about the money. It's about
the give back.
Giving back.
Yeah.
And giving back is 10 times more, whether you want to call it karma, or as Zig Ziglar says, if you help enough people get what they want, then you'll get what you need.
Correct.
And that's really our whole purpose. We're big in Scouts, and we believe in not doing one good turn daily, but many
good turns. So one of the things that I have is I have an e-learning site as part of my business.
Yep.
And so I offered that e-learning site to the nonprofit at $49, so that people that needed the expertise beyond the 5 or 10 minutes or 15 minutes or whatever time they got that day, they could pay $49 and get an entire block of information that they could consume. And I gave it to them for an entire month at $49. That is normally $197 a month. So it's about giving them an opportunity to step up and make a difference for not only themselves, but their community. Because as you mentioned earlier, healthy businesses build healthy communities. It is one of the things that is a foundational element that I've lived with my entire life. But one of the things we're noticing now as small businesses start populating the space is a lot of small businesses have this idea that it's all about getting rich.
Right.
And it's not about paying your dues, and it's not about doing the right things, and it's not about these other community-based issues. Because as a business grows, the community that they grow with is the community that supports them. Correct?
It's about listening to the community and what their needs are. That's
Right.
why we wound up doing in-person. I waited I'm very, very strategic about when I do things. I actually kept it on Zoom for Business Accelerator from March of 2020 until June 26th. We went back in person. So we're very, very careful about what we do, but we all know, and we've heard this, whether it's quiet or not, business skills are one-on-one, and we learn that way.
Yes.
If you're in your pajamas, if you're not dressed properly, if you're not feeding off of that eye contact, if you don't see that information, feel it, and don't know how to grow because you're behind Zoom, it doesn't matter if you're doing Zooms across the world. If
you
you're
don't
not
have the right
connecting-
mindset. You get up every day, you get dressed as if you are going to a 5-star meeting no matter what.
Always.
Whether you're doing Zoom or you're doing in-person meetings, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
You stepping up and being the best version of you is the first discipline, in my opinion, that every business owner needs to be aware of.
Absolutely. That's one of that's actually what I do for a living, image and brand consulting. It's part of my relationship growing and customer service and listening to the needs of the communities. And whenever the community said, I'm ready to go in person, I said, oh, well, I'm so glad, because now you're ready to show up. They were hunkering down and taking vacations, and it was summertime. So, you know, that was a different thing back in May. But everyone took those baby steps, and just like with business and with your kids and starting at home, then you don't have your kids starting out walking.
No.
You have to show them the steps, and that is what Business Accelerator is. It's showing them how to walk whenever the businesses are smaller, and it's the path that we've already taken, and we've met these great people and businesses.
Now, one of the things that I found absolutely delightful is that a Business Accelerator includes the whole family.
Exactly.
Right? So you get to meet the kids, you get to meet what's going on behind the scenes, but that also means that other people can bring their kids, because their business is not an entity that stands alone. Most companies, the business is part of the family dynamic.
It is. So my kids know that they want to be entrepreneurs, right?
Right.
One of them wants to create a lemonade stand. I can expound upon that one in private, but he's got a label he's creating. One of them wants to create organic home-baked goods. We're on keto. He wants to do something that tastes good. The other one actually wants to follow in our footsteps. For your web guys, he's doing web design, has been coding since he was 12. He wants to do the photography. He wants to learn about videography. He's doing all of those things because there's youth that wants to learn. Whenever it was back in the day, think about it. You see shows where kids actually learn from the parents, and Kids Day at school, and you had interns, and COVID kind of put a halt to some of that stuff. But Business Accelerator wants the youth to be involved.
I think it's a real important piece.
We want to come up with a youth entrepreneur program as well. I'm working on that.
I've got my story is I was born to a large Italian family in San Francisco, and all my relatives were entrepreneurs. So in that case, as a kid, you work.
Right.
Right? You sweep floors, you count widgets, you empty trash, you do whatever it takes. And with so many businesses, there was always something to do. So we were never bored. But the conversations at the dinner table were business related.
Right.
And by the time I was 18, I was running 3 of the family corporations. The bottom line here is that our families are part of that business relationship.
Right.
And if we're not including the families, we are not including their growth into the future business.
I've never heard a complaint about my kids coming to work with me. They learn something every time. They're very giving. They absorb like a sponge. And I know my kids see my work ethic, then it's not something, if I have to work on a Saturday, like with Business Accelerator, then my kids are there at Business Accelerator, and they're going to be helping because they're good Boy Scouts. But more than that, it's because we want them to have the right culture. And I'm not talking about race, ethnicity.
No.
I'm talking about work ethic. The kids today need to do less gaming, more family involvement, and this is our family
More people
way.
Involvement.
This is our family way to do it. Just having them involved and knowing that they can meet lots of different people. They can learn from the books and take them home from the speakers. We have a Business Accelerator library, by the way. I don't know if I've shown you that.
No, you haven't.
It's growing, and each time we have a speaker, if they have a book, then I put it in there. and I wind up getting 1 copy for a door prize that we give away at the next one, not that they're speaking at, so that we don't give away someone else's book. And then I keep one in case anyone wants to know about business education resources and tools from the speakers that we've had, which obviously you do because I hand vetted them, and you're going to the event.
Absolutely.
So that's something we're working on. And
so real quick,
kids too.
Your website?
It's DFW businessaccelerator.com.
And the website?
The website is yourwebguys.net. YOURWEBGYS.net.
Phone number?
It's 817-915-2574, and that is actually my cell phone. You can text me, call me, and we've got an email, but usually that's not the way people reach us. Or you can stop in the office over here in Farmers Branch.
That's exciting. I'm Doreen Milano. My company is Visions to Excellence. You can reach me at v2e.biz, and my number is 650-483-5798. We are really happy you joined us today. We'll talk to you soon. Have a blessed day. The fact is, business has changed. Engagement has changed. And for us to recover our businesses and our communities, we have to engage differently. If you want to have a serious conversation about engagement, community, and your business, call me, Doreen Milano, Visions to Excellence. I'm an executive coach. You can reach me at 650-483-5798 or contact me online at v2e.biz. That's capital V, number 2, e.biz. Let's have a conversation.
This has been Big Ideas Small Business with Doreen Milano. Doreen Milano solves problems for small and mid-market family-owned businesses and service-based industries. To work with Doreen, go to v2e.biz. For guest and sponsorship information, call 650-483-5798. Big Ideas Small Business with Doreen Milano is produced by Offbeat Business Media for the OBBM Network. For OBBM Network programming information, call 214-714-0495. Unauthorized use of any part of Big Ideas Small Business with Doreen Milano without prior permission through the OBBM network is strictly prohibited.